This is a cognitive model. We have behaviour at the top of the tree. The reason this is a tree is because the nutrients go into the soil at the bottom of the tree to give you green or brown leaves. On the good side of the tree, we have peak performance or worst performance on the other side of the tree. So player, terrorist, okay? What is it that gives us our performance? It is our emotions. When we feel great, we are likely to get to peak performance. When we feel lousy, we are likely to get to work performance. That's why there's been quite a lot of terrorist-like action during COVID, because the situation, people are allowing the situation to make them feel lousy, okay? And there are some genuine reasons why people can feel lousy, I understand that, right? But when you feel lousy, you generally get worse type behaviour that comes out, okay? If you can try and take the opportunities and make yourself feel better about the situation, you're going to get peak performance that comes out, which is a player mentality. However, some people are currently, and even still today, doing this. Some people are feeling lousy and pretending to be at their best. Now, what this does is it causes stress. So we call this the stress line. For those that have seen me speak before, it's also lack of gestalt, lack of balance, lack of equilibrium in the system, okay? It also causes a little bit of terrorist-like action as well, because you feel lousy and try and be at your best, but sometimes it'll revert and you'll get to worst instead. So this causes stress, an imbalance of chemical. The internal picture in your head does not match the outside world. You try and pretend that everything's okay, and all of a sudden you get very, very stressed. Okay? Now, I understand why people try and pretend things are okay. I do that quite a lot as well. Something's not right, you know, kind of push it to one side. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But unless it's dealt with properly, unless you deal with it further down this tree in your head, unfortunately, you'll feel bad and you have to pretend to be at your best. So this is the stress line. So if you are interested, at 11:30 today, we are doing a session on stress management, okay? So if that's going to be of some interest, jump on that session, okay? Because I think you'll probably find it really, really quite useful. Oh, a couple more people that have joined us there. Okay, your emotions drive your behavior. It's our attitude that drives our emotions. On the good side of the tree, we have a positive mental attitude. On the bad side of the tree, we have a negative mental attitude. Okay, so your attitude, now attitude is a choice. I haven't got time to go into what attitude is today, but ultimately it's a choice. The best description of attitude I can give you is your approach to. So your attitude is your approach to. Okay, so it can either be positive or negative, and it is a choice. It's an individual choice. However, it is based on your beliefs. Your beliefs drive your attitude. When you have a player, they have inspiring beliefs about what they can achieve, how they can fix the problem, and how they can move forward. If you have a terrorist, they have self-limiting beliefs of what they can't do, which gives them a negative attitude, makes them feel lousy, and you get worse type behaviour. Ultimately, all of your beliefs come from your conditioning. Now, our conditioning is given to us by lots of different people: managers, parents, teachers, society, peers, media, and so on and so on and so on. It all bombards us. However, the biggest conditioner of you is you. Now, what I mean by that is every single piece of self-talk you've ever had. If you're new to these sessions, again, go onto the YouTube channel and look for all the self-talk stuff that we've done in the past. But you talk to yourself on average every 7 seconds. Every 7 seconds there is some type of internal dialogue in your head. It is either helpful or hindering. Okay? When you talk to yourself, I can do this, I can't do this. Either way, all of that self-talk adds up to 90% of your conditioning. 90% of how you behave comes from what you're saying in your head. So, if you want to be a player and not a terrorist, there's a certain recipe that we've got to follow. First of all, this is what terrorists do. Terrorists beat themselves up in their own head, tell themselves that things can't be achieved, okay, and there's no point in trying. That gives them self-limiting beliefs, that in turn gives them a negative attitude, that then makes them feel lousy, and then you get worst type behaviour. So that's where the terrorist behaviour is coming from. Players, they go up the other side of the tree. They talk to themselves in a great way, helpful self-talk, that builds some inspiring beliefs, that gives them a positive attitude towards trying new things, that will make them feel great and finally get peak performance. So really, when it comes to being a player or a terrorist, it starts here. It starts with where you put the nutrients in the soil, okay? A little bit of Miracle-Gro, yeah? You put the Miracle-Gro in here, you get green leaves on the tree. If you don't water the tree and you don't put any Miracle-Gro in, which is just like talking to yourself in a bad way, you're going to get worse type behaviour. So this is where that behaviour comes from. And I say, if this is the first time you've seen this, I apologise, because it's normally a 2 or 3 hour model on its own, this model, but I wanted to share it with you because, again, this is what drives the player or terrorist mentality, okay, when it comes on there.